I'll start this off. Obviously, saying that I'm not a legal expert or anything like that. No more than anybody else that has had to deal with just various odd things over the time. But we're gonna look a bit into this armchair detective thing again. I've done a video on him before about what just a sleazeball he is, basically, in my opinion. I don't understand the whole thing with all these. It's ridiculous. You click on the channel and it is just all these women. They're not all women. If you're about to type that, just leave my channel, all right? Because we don't need those kinds of brains. You heard what I said, and just go on the channel. It's obvious. You can see it for yourself. And it's all these people are like. You wonder how women like get into the back of the car with like Ted Bundy and Ed Kemper and stuff, and then they don't see stuff coming. Like this is the same way that they're getting tricked by the armchair detective. I don't know what it is about maybe women or just lots of women um, that for a short while at least they just can't see this guy for what he is. I remember the first time I ever saw his face. I can't remember. Oh yeah, I found the Chris Watts thing through the Jim Can't Swim videos, which are just excellent. And I got fascinated with it, like lots of people did, and I started looking into it, and I found all these channels on YouTube, these true crime channels, most of which I found very grim and morbid, and run by very sort of morbid, strange people. Most of them, in fact, I'd still say that I don't. The kinds of people that these people dwell around inside of this stuff and that, and they're always like, they always want to be like, we're the positivity, we got to be supportive and everything. It's like this, the whole thing feels so subversive and like they're lying to themselves about. Anyway, but I remember seeing Armchair Detective, and I just remember seeing his face and being like, he looks like he sells used carpets off the back of a fucking van on a highway on a motorway somewhere. I don't understand how anybody trusts this guy. And I know that a lot of people say, don't judge a book by its cover, and you shouldn't always. You should give anybody a chance, I guess. But I still do judge a book by its cover, and most of the time I'm usually right about it. Like this, I looked at him, I saw him. He has the phenotype, the facial structure of like a sneaky, dishonest rat, and that's exactly what he is, in my opinion. He just looks shifty. He looks suspect, um, and in my opinion, his personality and his character completely live out that. So we're gonna have a look at this because he's been getting into trouble with all these women online have radicalized the brother of the victim um, into filing some sort of legal action over something. I'm not sure. Right? I always thought, and once again, I'm not a legal expert, but they all. What happened is he's used some pictures of the victim of the Chris Watts thing, Shanann, and the family and stuff like that, which was on the victim's Facebook page, and they've got some legacy thing Facebook. So if you die, then you know it can pass on to a member of family, so they get control of it. And if they make it and these people reckon if they make it private, then suddenly like Alan Vidicum it can be sued or can be his channel can be taken down. I don't think that has any bit of legal weight because it's insane. What if you made media like you've made something, you've released it because that was out in the public domain, which it is. Read the terms and conditions in Facebook or on YouTube for that matter. Once you upload something, it's not your property, whether it's your face or not. You've uploaded it willingly. It's why you accept the terms and conditions when you upload it. It's not to say they own your fucking likeness or anything like that. That picture, though, you can't sue Facebook or anybody for using it. And when it's when it's on Facebook publicly, people, everyone knows people will take the images off it. It's not illegal to take an image off it. That's why it becomes a public image. Now, if you make something private afterwards and then expect people to retroactively remove things from media that they've made, that you can't expect that. It's not a realistic expectation of people. If you're going to have a problem, you should never upload anything. Like that's just as simple. As far as I'm concerned, I'm sure that he won't. That is not a basis in which he's going to get destroyed on. If I was him, I shouldn't be giving him this advice either, because he is a scumbag. But I'd take it to court, definitely. There's not a way in hell they can force you to retroactively remove stuff that was publicly accessible. And plus, the whole narrative, like it's very obvious to anybody, like what, like it's feud, like it's. And don't get me wrong, I'm not attacking Frankie. Just I'm like I understand their position on it more. Armchair detective, he's been a scumbag, but the fact of the matter is, there is a bitterness there, righteous or whatever, like right, justified or whatever, towards Armchair detective, and so this move, it's almost like they tried to entrap him, which again is, at the very least, it's not going to make them look good. But again, it's, yeah, I'd have to properly. I won't even have to properly look at the Facebook terms and conditions, because I know you can't expect that. It would cause mayhem, absolute fucking mayhem, like legally. Yeah, if you could just do that. I mean, imagine just people just start making their profiles private, and so all of a sudden, like, this shit getting taken down all over the place, lawsuits flying around. I just don't believe that'll hold weight. It's smart because they've pressured him with his money, and that's all he gives a shit about, as you'll see. So we'll watch a bit of this. It is an hour and 40 minutes long, so I won't get through it all probably. Or we'll have to skip about. But it's Armchair Detective, basically like in a panic, doing what he did last time when one of his moderators, that Southern woman, came out and finally spoke about him. Daddy needed daddy. Yeah, that woman. I apologize for my not very nice impressions, but it's the way I remember people. An Armchair Detective went on he went live, and then he started saying, she better wind her neck in. I thought, wind her for who are you fucking talking to? He wants to be careful. People know where he lives, right? If that was my mother and he'd said that, I got to find where he's at and knock him out. Clean out right in front of Winston on that fucking beachfront. Wind your neck in. Who the fuck are you? And then he's like subtly threatening to fucking blackmail and release information on her. Fuck you. I'd fucking. I don't even want to say what I'd say to him. There'd be a hole in the beach. Let's watch this. And these fucking horrible introductions as well. The absolute horrible introduction. AD. Dun 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 dun. It's like you're a dyslexic fucking idiot. No offense to any listexics out there, but like this guy's an idiot. What is this? I just feel like just fucking again, just fucking grief porn. It's all this grief porn. Oh, look how sad these families are. Well, they're our family. That's what all these people do as well. They're our family. We are part of the Ruzek family. It's like that's it. It's harassment on its own. They don't. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't deal with this sort of like fucking area. All right. This is like morbidity. There's something wrong. An Armchair Detective is like. Ugh. Wasn't that the old BBC noise? You can't use that.
Oh,
holy shit! What the fuck? 720p. Jeez, it looks like he's streaming from like another dimension. That's like 140p.
Yeah,
what does that
how you
mean?
doing? Relaxed mood tonight. I didn't expect to be here because my channel's down in all the counts. All these little petty arguments. What's the point? I'm not here anymore. I'm just playing out time till they close me. First of all, I want to say that none of my subs that I know of make threats to other YouTubers or the Rusex or anyone. And if they do, they got me to answer for. We don't allow it in our chat. We don't allow it in our.
Yeah. I assume this is just like prep work. Right? This is prepping the argument. But it's going to make everything else that he says seem slightly more convincing because this sounds like something serious that is happening. That has happened. Because he hasn't and doesn't and wouldn't probably ask people to do that. And personally, I doubt that it's actually seriously, mind you, being alleged towards him. So it's something that he can just dismiss instantly and make everything else seem silly and low and far-fetched. Even though the other things he'll say are probably things that he's done.
Comments. Other channels do. I've seen channels that allow terrible comments about me. I don't. And if you've got any threats from me, I like to see screenshots. If you've got any threats.
Screenshots? Like the screenshots you did? Do you remember? Where you're like, oh, it was all for research. When I Googled, what was it? Father coming on daughter's face or whatever. It was just for research. I was doing research for a video that no one ever saw, by the way. It never came out. He's doing research like, was it Pete Townsend was doing research for his book? Yeah, sure, Armchair, sure. I was doing research, and look, here's some screenshots, and like he showed like the screenshots that he'd done for that video of other things, and there was that screenshot which he'd taken from someone else's video because it was more blurry, because he wasn't in fact researching.
From my subs, send us screenshots because it's all lies. We're not that sort of people. We
We're
don't
not
threaten
that sort
anybody.
of people. This fucking whole like wholesome community act is fucking just revolting. Okay, you're a fucking poker addict, like a gambler who rips people off, has a bunch of fucking failed businesses, and is banned from having businesses because he's so fucking seedy and just like, again, he is just everything that he looks like. And then the followers that you have, they're just a bunch of drunk winos, just a bunch of fucking lifeless middle-aged fucking losers sat there fucking drunk agreeing along all night because they've got no other community online. And that's what they really get out of it, which is why it doesn't matter about whether he's right or wrong or anything like that. It's all just about the community to them, which is great. But find another way of doing it rather than, you're fucking the party being the fucking Chris Watts family house where the family are trying to mourn.
I get threatened on a daily basis. This is
But the
ironic.
fact is, you can't move this community anywhere, guys, because this guy, the leader, your little fucking Charles Manson, it's just about the money. It's all about the money, okay? If it wasn't, he'd be doing it for free for community because it's fun, because he likes it, the same way that I do with my friends. All right, he's not your friend.
Isn't it? What YouTube should be talking about, what YouTube should be talking about is that Tammy told us the case isn't closed. But they're not talking about that, are they? Everybody's talking about bringing down AD. They're not interested in the content of the phone calls at all. It's all about me.
What phone calls? Is there something else he's drummed up to stretch out for another fucking 3 years? The phone calls? There was a buzz on the phone. Let's listen to the buzz. Zzz. Did you hear that? Zzz. Did you hear that? It sounds like Chris. Doesn't it sound like Chris? Listen. Zzz. See? I think that was Chris speaking through the ether. We're gonna have an expert on that next week. Then the expert gets debunked. They turn out to be fucking screwing people over in the background. He gets exposed, pretends it doesn't happen, accuses everybody being haters and falsing it. I'd like to see the proof of that. Send the screenshots. Move on to the next scam. It's been going on for fucking
Right?
years.
It's all about me. He made up the cause.
It's not
He had
about you. He's such a fucking. He is really a serpent. Just a total fucking serpent.
hasn't got permission to use them. Lies. I have permission to use them. And if you go on a channel and make up a lie saying I haven't got permission, and he's too scared to stand by your words that you delete the video, and then get in a mood and demand an apology when I stand up for myself against your lies, then you're more pathetic than you look. Don't take your videos down. If you make up a lie about AD saying I haven't got permission for Tammy's video, don't take it down and be offended and demand apologies from me when I call you a troll. Because that's what you're doing. If you troll me, I will name and shame you. I was trolled by another channel last night.
The only persons he's named and shamed are his children, who have to fucking live with the name Vinicum. After this fucking troglodyte has been sat on YouTube just denigrating people and like just making himself look like, you know, a Poundland Del boy, like a real Poundland Del boy, discount Del.
To be on my side, a channel that never ever has mentioned my book or said well done about my book, has never said anything about the fantastic work I did to get this.
The book's fucking shit. It's amateurish and it's bullshit. And it's the only book that I know that got released and then went through like 3 more fucking drafts and got released again. Oh, everybody was fucking review bombing it. It was fucking. There was spelling errors. There was paragraphs that went on for like 3 pages. What is God?
Tammy caught. No, it's all about let's get AD in it, and then take the video down so we can be offended when he fights back. Well, I will stand up for myself.
Once again, everybody makes the same point. It's not about you at all. It's completely right. Start doing a channel, AD, right, where you don't talk about dead people's dead family. All right, do that. Do one where you talk about movies. All right, where no one will ever watch. All right, because you've got no actual real opinions or personality beyond just this fucking cult of death and morbidity that you fucking found yourself in and been able to monetize. All right, do that. Make a channel about that, and see if people are trying to see if it's all about AD. See if it's still all about AD. See if people are still trying to take AD down because of his opinions on video on movies. No, because it's not at all about AD. That's the reality. It's about the victims of that crime. And more so the living victims, which are the family, the extended family, on both sides. Let them fucking rest. Do you know what the FBI do, or the police departments, when they have a open case? When the case is still open, or when they reopen a case, they don't start making 400 videos about it on YouTube and taking fucking super chats and donations. Like, that's the fucking difference, all right? You fucking potato sack of shit on legs.
And so will Chicken Lady, and so will Dr. B, and so will Daniel, and so will a lot of people. We're not lily livered who delete our videos and can't stand by our lies because
can't stand by our lies.
If you're lying, that's why you delete the video, right?
That's all right. He's deleted. Do you know how many videos he's deleted? He's always deleting videos. Once again, this is another one of these things where it's just you just say what is not true. Just say it. Just say it. Because the people who are following him, and this is where the people who oppose Armchair Detective are just stupid because they just don't understand. all they'll ever do is make videos like, "Well, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite." These people don't care that he's a hypocrite, right? It's like fucking it's like the liberal political machine, okay? It doesn't care about its own hypocrisy. All it cares about is winning. It's inherently fascistic. Facts don't matter. Might is right.
Not stupid. Okay, that's the first thing. And if you've got these screenshots of your pity party, oh, they're upsetting me. Show me what my people are saying, because we don't have it. Now, there's something happening on YouTube, right? We are YouTube. This isn't real life. This is YouTube, right? There's a certain family called the Ruseks have taken over.
No, this is real life. This is what you don't understand, though. This isn't real life, right? This is YouTube, right? So I could just talk about the family, and it doesn't matter, right? So if this isn't real life, why you get so angry when people make videos about you? I mean, this isn't real life, right? This guy pops his clogs. I'm gonna do a video just all about stupid conspiracies about how he died and never let it go.
Over YouTube. And not only that, they're
Look, there's the mist in his apartment. The mist. What's the mist? Zoom in on some pixels. Remember when he used to be when he used to state that he dealt in metadata, despite the fact that he's dyslexic. I don't know how you'd like sort metadata with dyslexia. Yeah, but he clearly didn't even know what metadata was. He just thought metadata was like the data around the data or something. Like in terms of like a text or
taking this stupid little thing called YouTube into real life. It's bad enough the trolls going into.
No, you did. You did. Once again, you could be doing inoffensive things that could never end you up in court, but you refuse
Real life and invading
because it's not financially, good for you.
your privacy. They don't only want to go into real life, they want to come to England and get me and take me to court. And they're raising £25,000 to do that of your money.
I think Armchair Detective makes something like 10 grand a month from Patreon.
I don't have any money. I have a car worth $1,000. They're throwing $25,000 down the drain. And now,
See, this is where, once again, it's like, what are you talking about? He thinks that they're coming for his money. Like, this is where this psycho's head is. Do you understand? This is the. You rip that fucking face off, and it's like a green. Like a fucking reptilian face. All he fucking. It's like a pathologic, money hungry little goblin. That's all he is. It's just money, 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 money. That's why he's been fucking banned from owning businesses, because he's obviously scamming, probably not paying taxes. It's the same old story over and over. There's 400 fucking million of Alan Vidicums out there, and they're all scam artists, and they're all like this, and they're all fucking gambling addicts. And they just talk the talk, don't they? Just talk, 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 talk. He's got all these fucking women wrapped around his fucking finger. Idiots.
on top of that, I will counter sue because I haven't done anything other than say.
Wait, how are you going to counter sue, Alan? I thought you had no money. I thought you had no money. That's weird. That's strange. That's weird, isn't it? It's very strange. I wonder who's going to fund it.
Chris Watts didn't act alone. You, on the other hand, have got 70 channels where you go around making comments, make your life swearing about me, defaming me, slandering me endlessly on 70 different channels.
No. You're not talking to one person. You understand? This lawsuit isn't like a fucking. a class action. You're talking to one person is suing you. They don't have 70 accounts. All right. I don't know Frankie Ruzick. I don't know you. Beyond the scumbaggery that I see on YouTube and the history that is out there to read up about you. It's very, it's just to me, it's just the same old story. I just read through it and I was like, yeah, that sounds like it. No guys like this. Would never
What do you
enter
think the judge is
business in
going to
him.
say? What have you done, Mr. Vinicum? Well, I don't think Chris acted alone.
Well, that's not how a court works, first of all. They won't ask that at all.
What have you got against these people? Well,
They won't ask that. You won't get anywhere near this amount of free
they've got
speech.
78 channels, and they stopped my book being printed. And
He thinks he's going to be in front of like Judge Judy. I mean, that's where I'd take it if I was you guys. He wants the fucking entertainment thing. I'd stick him up there in front of fucking whatever his name
they
is.
raised all this money to come and get me in England for no reason. And they make videos about me, and they've ruined my life, and they've ruined my business.
Business? Business? And you're banned from owning businesses? My business? Whoa! I didn't mishear that, did I? Did he say something else first?
And they raised all this money to come and get me in England for no reason. And they make videos about me, and they've ruined my life, and they've ruined my business.
Case closed. He goes into court and he says that to the judge. He's going to have bigger problems than this. So how much are you making for? So, right. It's a lot of Patreon income. So what was your tax? What were your tax payments? Well, the year between 2020, 2021. Right.
They've totally shut down my business with a false solicitor. I don't believe Claire's a solicitor, and we'll be proving that soon. And false strikes, pretending they own copyright on pictures they don't from the discovery. In the fullness of time, these strikes will be destroyed. I shouldn't be here now.
Hey, man. You shouldn't have been here for the last, 3 years, AD. It's over.
Why am I here?
Money. Cha-ching! Do you want me to go on your Patreon? I'm sure you have it linked down here. Yeah, look, Patreon straight away. Patreon. Let's have a look. Let's have a look how much he is actually making these days. Fucking hell. Look at this fucking... He's always shown his fucking prop dog. Because people are like, look, this is what I mean. He's such a fucking... Look at his face. How are you believing this, women? He can't even smile. The only time you ever see him smile is when he's talking about dead kids. It's fucking weird. But then I don't believe myself that the people that are left aren't just like him inside. They're soulless, vacuous hags, and there's nothing left in them. £77 a month. On the last day of every month, a private meeting where AD reports on the last month's roller coaster and help plan next month's investigations. AD needs a sounding board outside of his bubble. What are the public thinking of us? I wonder if anybody actually gets this. Where does it tell you how much they make? Don't think it does. It not tell you anymore? That's gay. Yeah. Fuck it. Page under review. Oh. Looks like he's had a strike on something on Patreon as well. Yeah.
Because YouTube aren't damn stupid. They must be thinking, how come he's still here? Well, I'll tell you why, Claire, the non-solicitor, they don't believe you.
I thought he called her a nonce then. I was like, Jesus!
They don't believe you've got copyright. They're looking into it. And they don't believe you're a solicitor, and nor do we. You think we're stupid? Do you think we're just going to sit here and take it? YouTube haven't taken me down.
Well, you started the video saying like it'll only be a matter of time. I mean, it's probably just a bit of fear porn to juice a bit more money out of his stupid fucking childless fucking followers. Too much fucking expendable cash and too many cats. Entirely too many cats and empty wine bottles. Get rid of them, women. Start jogging. Learn to paint. Make some fucking jewelry. Do something. Do something else. Just stop drinking wine and watching this fucking idiot. Okay?
Because what you're doing is false.
Alan, you have to think of yourself. With this amount of people who outright detest you, to the extent they've gone, something might actually be wrong with you. Maybe it's the lying, Alan. All right, cool. Someone actually got through.
Alan, you have to think to yourself, with this amount of people who outright detest you to the extent they've gone, something might just be wrong with you.
She has a point, though. Like, she does have a point. Like, nobody is this hated without some reason, right? And the only reason we're allowed to hate him is because, like, the usual people, I'm not going to say, but one of them, one of the ladies who hates AD, she's such a stuck-up bitch. I'll just say it. Such a stuck-up, up her own ass. Oh, look, the lilies in the morning, bitch. Um, that we're not usually allowed to openly like dislike people, but because they dislike Alan, we're allowed to. But yeah, something is it's often wrong. Maybe it is the lying, Alan. Maybe it's just the fact that he's he's slimy.
See, there you go. I sit here and have an opinion on a case.
Yeah, they have an opinion on you. It goes two ways, motherfucker. Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't get to play football and not get any criticism ever. All right, it doesn't work like that. You don't like it? Get off YouTube. Stop taking Patreon money. If it hurts that much, oh, it hurts. Oh, it's obviously fucking worth it, isn't it? Because you're here every day. Because I can guarantee you, if the money keeps rolling in, you'll be here in 5 years, Alan. Doesn't matter if every single person's calling you a fucking piece of shit. Oh, my feelings. Oh, my feelings. It all stops at the poker table, doesn't it? When the chips are on the table, that's what it's all for. That's what it's all about. It's the holiday. He's turned this into a job, into a business, because he can't get a normal job, obviously, and he's not allowed to run a real business in real life anymore. And probably not this one either. Just flying under the radar.
People like this tell me that all these people detest me. Do you know, Ruth, how many people support me? 100,000. Do you know how many people just like you? A couple of hundred, Ruth. But you have a loud voice, Ruth, don't you?
What?
You have a loud voice. My 100,000 people don't. I have 100,000 people support me. Do you know how I know that? They all subscribe to me. You, Ruth, on the other hand,
You idiot. Probably me and Ruth probably subscribe to you. Well, I subscribe to you definitely. I imagine she does. What's that got to do with anything? Subscribers and supporters. I subscribe to all sorts of people I don't support.
are detestable. For every person that detests me, I can give you 1,000 that don't,
No,
Ruth.
I think it's the other way around, to be honest. I really do.
Go back to your boss, Martin, who is a stalker, confirmed stalker, who stalked me for 4 years. What lies exactly am I telling? I'm telling the lie that I think the mistress should be investigated. The same lie as Mr. Rusek said, Mrs. Rusek said, and Frankie said. The same lie as Tammy says, I stopped the clock, I haven't finished investigating, we need to look at her. That's the lie I'm telling. That's it. It's scary. This organization by Frankie to do this to me multiplied people like Ruth. He's making Ruths, but he can hardly string a sentence together without swearing. He's never had.
You can hardly string a sentence together full stop, Eddie. I'm pretty sure you get people to write your fucking titles now. Again, I think a lot of what if I was if I had to guess the money that AD has, I would assume that he, if he's smart, would have already long ago approached a solicitor or some legal expert on what he was doing to ask them whether it was right. And I think that he'd probably be secure in what he was doing. I think what he's doing, I don't think anything he's doing is illegal. On this thing, I really don't, or even against terms necessarily. Not in the way that they're going against him. I think I got this horrible feeling that Frankie may be getting drummed up by people who just despise AD so much that they're just like, yes, sue him over fucking anything. And it might blow up in his face, unfortunately, and make AD again have another line of justification. It's like, oh, they took me to court and I beat them, so I've proved it. I've proved that AD was right all along. Imagine he's going to be saying that. But we'll see. I'm not maybe. Well, maybe Facebook can now have people thrown in jail and thrown off fucking offline because you remove you turn your profile private. But I don't think that's quite how it works.
Had this in his life where people find him interesting. Yeah, they've gone real life. They're raising £25,000 to come and get me. I have no money. I don't have a house. I've got a car worth $1,000. But no matter. That doesn't matter because it's a witch hunt. It's a vindictive, sly, nasty campaign to attack a man that's 66 years old in another country because they don't like my opinion.
I think he's probably nervous about the whole money situation, because I would be. If he is banned, I don't know how that works. But if he's getting a lot of money in every month, I wonder what bank account it goes into, or whose, or how he's managing the money. Because he's probably right. He has no house. My car's under £1,000 because I have to keep up appearances. It's like how Walter White can't buy a fucking sports car because the police will start asking questions. But it doesn't mean the cash isn't there. Or somewhere.
Even though I proved last night with Tammy that the person I told you should be investigated is still being investigated. My God, they don't like that, do they? That redoubles their hate, doesn't it? Understand, Tammy is investigating. What does that mean now to your psyche, haters? You spent 3 years telling me to shut up. The case is closed. I've told you it's not. I've now proved it's not last night. So you have to go off on another tack, don't you? You're a liar. You're a con man. You're a crook. We're bringing you down. Go and get some prison clothes. We're coming to England to get you. Who do you think is going to win in court? You? We just cut to better bits of film of me defending myself against hate, or me with 70,000 screenshots of you, Frankie, saying what you said. Who's going to win? I have nothing to say about anybody.
This is
They've done it to
70,000
themselves.
screenshots.
I have the screenshot.
What are like womanly like this is one of the things that's like creepy about women of a certain age as well. It's like just don't communicate with them online, all right? Because they keep everything. They screenshot everything. It's like talking to the fucking Stasi. Seriously, just don't interact with them. This is what happens. It's drama. It's brain damage. And that doesn't go for everyone. I'm sorry if you're listening to this out there and you're like, I understand what you mean, and I'm not one of those. Not all women of a certain age, but seriously. It's like watching fucking cells divide. You know, you got a lump and then it just divides, and division, division, division.
I have a business, the Armchair Detective, with my own logo.
He said it again. He might not be banned from having a business anymore, but
The business is based on Facebook and YouTube. That business has been ruined by the Ruseks.
you don't have a business. You have a logo and a business card. It's not a business. What are the taxes? Tell me the taxes, motherfucker. What are you paying? What's Her Majesty's fucking revenue and customs taking? Customs and yeah, revenue and customs taking. What's the take, AD? What print shows the fucking money? Ooh, a Danish town just came on television. Looks beautiful.
And they're taking me to court. They're taking me to court. They've ruined this business. They've destroyed my channels. I won't get my super chat. I won't get paid. They've ruined this business, the Ruseks, solely with the help of Claire and Martin and 70 stupid ladies that have made videos to back them. Meanwhile, I've got 100,000 people saying, Alan, you're right.
No, you don't. What? 227 comments. Let's have a look. Talk about being fooled and taken out. I thought the Watts were crazy. Boy, were we fooled. Look, they're just mentally sick women. One after the other. This makes me worried. This makes me. Can we have a conversation about women in society? Can we do that? Like, not. It's. What is this? Like on any other kind of fucking mental illness, you get a diverse, selection of nutcases. All right. This is like 95% women who are all the same kind of woman. What is this woman doing in other fucking parts of life? Are these are teachers? These are teachers and like nurses and fucking care home workers and shit. And they're monsters. They don't even know they're monsters. They're monsters that think they're compassionate empaths. I'm sure they use those words all the time. I'm an empath. I had a woman tell me that once. I was serving her at a job that I had, and I was serving a little old lady at a job that I had, and I got her whatever I can't remember what she asked for. She asked for something that was behind the counter. I got her it, and then she asked me a question about some gift card thing that we had, and I was just explaining to her. I was 5 seconds in explaining it to her. I said, "Yeah, you just turn it that way, and you stroke it down there, and this fucking cunt from behind her again, classic AD. She's about I don't know. I'd say she was about 39 to 49." Half drunk already in an NHS fucking nurses thing, steps round her. All right, like imagine like visibly like rounds you, places her foot in front of that little old lady, then moves, shifts in front of her, and the little old lady's just looking at me like, "What the?" And I'm looking at that woman like, if you were a man, I'd grab you by your hair and on the counter. The fucking arrogance, the fucking. Do you understand? And then she goes, 20 Lambert and Butler Silvers and that small bottle of vodka, please. And I just looked at her and she went, can you just. And I went, I was serving this lady and she went, look, I'll just, it's just going to be quick. I just need my cigarettes. I'm going to go. And then I went, no. And she went, look, I've had a lot. Then she turned around to the lady and she went, you don't care, do you? You don't care that I'm doing this to you. And I said, you don't talk to her. I care. All right. I'm not serving you. You can get out of here. And she turns back around and she goes, listen, I'm an empath. Okay. I'm an empath. And I looked her straight in the eyes and I said, if you were an empath, and you could feel what I was feeling right now, you'd walk the fuck out the shop. You wouldn't be fucking carrying this on. And she fucked off. Because I got no time for that shit. Horrible people stepping in front of nice, lovely people like that. I've got no time for those kinds of people. And I get them every night, and it's always the same women and the same men, but the men are a lot more obvious. The men look haggard and destroyed. The women just are just dead inside and evil, just fucking embittered. And they're always the most like, oh, positivity, life, new age meditation and yoga, and they're always just horrible, just fucking twisted souls. That's my experience from customer service. Oh, and they always try to come on here as well. That's another thing. Do you know how many of them come in and they try it on, and it's like, I'm fucking way too young for you. First of all, secondly, you're a fucking mess. Oh, hello, gorgeous. How are you doing, gorgeous? So I just, you did. It's not something I want to hear. It's a compliment, and I don't want to fucking hear it. Insincere, manipulative, CUNT.
I'm not going to give them any evidence. I'm not going to. I have nothing to say about the parents. I'm not interested in them. My book doesn't mention them. My life doesn't revolve around them. I don't want anything to do with them. They're chasing me. They phoned my own publisher and ruined my book. I had to spend thousands of dollars copyrighting photographs for my book.
Do you think he'd have a problem if we made like a channel about his son, like Scott, whatever his name is? I'll say Scott Vinicum. If that is his name, it's a coincidence. I just like found out where he lived. And I just like documented on his life all day, every day. A bunch of people paid Patreon. Do you think Armchair Detective would have a problem with that? Try to do something. I'm like, wait, it's got nothing to do with you. I never mentioned you. Say no, but you're talking about the murder of their child and grandchildren. And not only are you just talking about it, you've talked about it. Fair game. I'm sure they understand that. Something like that happens, people are going to talk about it, unfortunately, especially the media attention it got. But there's a way of talking about it, and at some point you have to move on. Okay, you can't just this. You're not a professional investigator. Okay, you're not a police officer. This isn't your job. This is your hobby. So you're enjoying doing this, and it's disgusting. Okay, do you know what Tammy Lee doesn't do? Enjoy this. She doesn't have a Patreon. She doesn't have a book. Tammy Lee with a fucking little logo on a business card. Tammy Lee. Big name at the bottom. And if anybody should have a book, be the people actually involved. I mean, remember when the Rusex did the Netflix documentary and he had a problem with that? So, oh, so they're allowed to talk about it. So they're allowed to deal with Netflix, but I'm not. Yeah, it's not your family. All these, but Alan and all of these fucking psychos. Look at them. All of these fucking nutters down here. They all have this feeling of ownership over the family. It's creepy. It is creepy. Okay, hang in there, AD. What the fuck? Add me to the list of donors to AD's legal case. Of course. Another fucking 20k for him. These people deserve to be fleeced. That's the only thing. I believe they would have responsible for your costs in civil court. At least I think that's how it goes in America. So he's obviously deleting any negative posts. I know you say that because obviously he'd get a bunch of them. He's got a, well, he himself said he has a lot of haters. Oh my god. This is all getting very concerning for this gentleman's health and well-being. This all needs to stop. It's getting out of hand. The only thing that makes sense why the R's are after AD is to pay off money they probably got. What? Just saying. AD, I'm unaware of your gambling level, but it's regular to see my friends, females, walk away with 20k, signed out but cross-border a day later. The only thing, listen, right, and I'll say this now, and this is my opinion on the matter, is that it is what we know on the case, that is. I'm not going to watch all this. We're 30 minutes in to the video because I can't stop talking. And this is like fucking 50 minutes long now. But I tend to think, right, it happened pretty much how we know the murder, that is, how we know it happened. Personally, I think it was a lot more of a domestic thing between Chris and her. I think it seemed like a toxic relationship. And I'm not going to say that she was, well, I'm not going to say she was culpable in a murder at all. Of course not. But I mean, like, in terms of like what led up to it and his psychological break, I think she, from what I've seen, uh, the dysfunctionality of the relationship definitely had a lot to do with that. I think he just had a fucking psychotic break and killed them. Um, there is weird occult things in there as well, but again, you can't even talk about. If you're going to seriously talk about this on YouTube and make money off it, you can't. Like when he did the ghost video, but so I don't think NK was directly involved like that. So it's like, unless if she was right and it's proven in like this year, if Tammy is looking into it or whatever, then AD is simply being justified, hasn't he? Effectively, and you'd think at that point that the Rusex would be thankful to him. But let's be honest, they, Tammy, me, and most of the people out there with functional brains don't believe that's the case and see what is actually going on here. We stood far away from the painting rather than looking, with your eyes 3 millimeters away from it at the fucking pixels on a digital image. But yeah, it's so when he's not vindicated, which he won't be, he'll try to continue on this state of like purgatory in terms of the case's outcome. Well, there's this. Well, what about this though? Well, what about this? They did open up the case, remember, and look into NK. Who shut it down? Join me tonight on Patreon. Because again, this video, I have no official opinion on what actually happened. This isn't about that. This isn't about whether AD is right or wrong. In my opinion, to go on about it this long is wrong, considering the fact that it's probably shit, and I don't think he believes it. But if he actually believes it, like if he actually believes his fucking pixel thing, and that these people were actually involved and stuff, then he's not acting evilly, like in an evil way, even if he's making money off it. But again, I don't see that at all. I do not see that
It's not about
being the
opinions.
case.
It's about free speech
That's
and
not.
cruelty.
Oh, shut up! You fucking victim. You're a grown man, you little fucking salamander. You wet fucking bag of dog shit. Seriously, I'm sorry, right? But it just does my head to hear men speak like this. Ugh. Bullying. I'm being bullied online. Bitch, turn the fucking screen off. Take a fucking drive or something. I don't fucking know. Go watch a fucking movie. I'm being bullied. Harassed online. Tell them to go fuck themselves. What do you care? Harassed. Why is it hurting your feelings? What's wrong with you? You know you can get testosterone shots now from the doctor, right? Once you're over 40, so you don't turn into a fucking wet paper bag with no fucking spine.
Yes, raise your £25,000, give it to some UK solicitor, and I will
Wait, I thought she wasn't a solicitor.
counterclaim it. And you end up spending a minimum of $200,000. Even if you win, I don't have any money. So you're going to be throwing £200,000 minimum down the frigging drain when you could be doing something good for lupus or some charity. But you must have your pound of flesh, right? Let's go and get him. We're coming for you. Get yourself a prison suit. You're going to be locked in irons. Well, let me tell you, it's a civil case for a start.
Well, that's the problem again, is that many of the people who are against AD originally were for him. So guess what? It's the same kind of people. So now they're on the outside, fucking schizo dogs, accusing him, saying, "You're going to be in chains, Ellen. You're going to be in chains." There's another one as well who's an educator, and she always goes on about, "So I'm an educator," and she is vile. Like the idea of like handing my children over her for care and guidance terrifies me, because in my opinion, she's got a fucking sociopathic personality type, and she's always using this really like violent imagery in a fucking language about him. So, oh, wouldn't it be great if you just had a stroke right now, Alan? It's like, well, no, not really. I mean, who would fucking says that about humans? He's not a human. Maggot. So yeah, I don't. You should not be an educator.
No one goes to prison for a civil case.
But then I guess in these days, that's probably how they speak about like people with ordinary fucking political views who aren't, making Marx blush.
Trolls. So the R's have gone real life. They've taken it out of this little corner of YouTube that they love and they're on every day. Their mother is making a fortune in super chat.
Give him a fucking laugh, right?
The very thing I was pilloried for having. You scammer. You scammer. You're taking super chat. So's Mrs. R. What do you think of that? I don't care.
Are you having a laugh? Like, does he not see the difference between him and her? AD, once again, set up a channel, okay? Talk about interesting theories on the filmmaking of the movie The Shining from director Stanley Kubrick. Nobody's going to call you a scammer. They're calling you a scammer because you're rolling on insane theories and inventing stuff years after a murder to keep the money rolling in. Don't pretend. Don't. This is what is driving me crazy. All right, because him and all of his little fucking mentals down here, all of his little fucking insane fucking toxoplasmosis brain fucking cat ladies will all willfully just ignore the commonality of experience which we all exist in, which allow us to recognize other sentient beings and not walk into walls. Okay, we all know what he says and what he's getting at. All right, that's why we have language. That's why we can understand. You don't always have to directly say something to know what people are meaning. We all know it, yet they will pretend that it's not what he says and does. Don't accept it. Don't argue that it's hypocrisy. Do a sly smile and turn the other way when they say shit like that.
I literally don't care. Those Mrs. R. What do you
The difference between like AD talking about the death and the family, and the difference in like the way they talk about the stuff.
think of that? I don't care. I literally don't care. But you throw that at me for 3
Of
years.
course you don't, because you'd be happy to let's all rake the money in on the fucking corpses. Let's do it. They're doing it. Why can't I do it?
And now it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter. I don't care what people earn anything. You're jealous of me earning money. It's as simple as that.
No, again, everybody would be very happy if you made actual content about actual stuff and made a fortune doing it, Alan. What are you good at? Didn't you used to own a restaurant? Do you know how to cook? Do a cooking show every evening. Get some cameras with the fucking tens of thousands you've made through this. Set up cameras in the kitchen, a couple of angles. Get someone in there, your son or something, or just do it naturally, flicking camera from camera with yourself, and show people how to cook some stuff. Yeah, all your ladies will be in chatting. It's a little community for them still. You don't have to fucking bring up somebody's dead relatives all day, every day, haunting them, making every Google search just about that shit. He's an evil person, or he just hasn't thought about it this way, which I just can't see.
You don't think I won't get support to get a solicitor? You take me to court, I'll raise 3 times the money you raise. You take me to court, I dare you. I will
That's how fucking he knows how gullible his fucking audience is.
raise 3 times the money that you raise, and I will bankrupt you in America. Because I know the law in England, you don't. The solicitors here will fleece you for every penny you got. Do you ever watch Tiger King? They spent $5 million each, eating each other.
That wasn't in the UK. Again, he can't be consistent even with a point, right? Because he's panicking and he's just trying to threaten them without outright threatening them. Do you know what the solicitors here in the UK would fleece you? Do you know what they did with the Tiger King? It's like, well, yeah, that thing in America where the court cases happened in America. Like, yeah, lawyers are generally just parasites, much like yourself. Swim in the same bowl. But yeah, it's again, this has got nothing to do with anything. It's certainly not got anything to do with money. I'm sure like what is happening right now is the goal to slow destruction of you and yourself and further exposing you if you when you get angry you do stuff like this.
With solicitors' fees. That's what you're going to do, Mr. R. You're going to bankrupt yourself. I'm in England. Come and get me. It's going to cost you a damn.
See, this is again, see, and he's going to go in, and he's said this before. He said that exact same thing before, and then he comes on here today and he goes, and they come in and they say things like they threaten me by saying we're going to come to England and get you. It's like, it's because you set it up by saying, come to England and get me. Come on then, come to England. He's been egging this on for months, and then when it happens and his channels start getting taken down, he's in fucking, defense. Oh, we're all under attack. We're under attack. We got to round AD. Give me some money.
Fortune, not £25,000. Oh no, because I'll fight it. What's the point? Shut it down. Get on with your lives. Leave me alone. It's a waste of time and money. I've kept quiet about their raising money against me. I know Frankie did $10,000 back along, and that got, what happened to that $10,000? I know they're raising another 25,000 now. Where's that going to go? My God, you don't know English law. When you mess up, you've got to pay all my costs and all your own. You're doing it from America. I don't know how intelligent you.
Again, I don't even know like whether he has a point here or not. Again, I don't know what they're suing him for exactly, or what they're taking him to court for. I wouldn't have advised it. I know a way that you could have done all this and got rid of him a lot easier than this, with nothing but people power. You could have introduced Armchair Detective to a little thing called and then I forget the name of it. Oh my God, it's my senility. It's kicking in. The thing with the lol cows. What's it called? The website. Kiwi Farms. This fucking loser, or anything. Just expose what a horrible parasite he is and how memeable his stupid, brainless followers are on something like 4chan. And you could have destroyed his channel. And the angrier he gets at those people, the more it's going to turn real for them, and they'll just take him down themselves. Rather than getting the law involved. This is a problem, again, with these, I'm going to stop saying women, these people who follow him and are against him. It's all just so, like, these are the same people that ruined the internet. I mean, remember when the internet was like amazing and there was like no stores on the internet, but you just get everything illegally? Just, I want a movie, I'll just download it. I mean, I still can and do. But once over, that's what the internet was. Do you know what I mean? The internet was a place for where you could go, and you didn't have to be politically correct, and you could be offensive if you wanted to, and you could make videos about crazy conspiracy shit and stuff. That's what was great about it. Then it went mainstream, and it turned into Facebook and just drama and shit. Just shite. Just terrible videos, all jump cut together with fucking, teetotal fucking lukewarm opinions on everything and positivity and blah blah fucking blah. And this is the end fucking result of it. Dog shit like this making fucking tens of thousands of pounds on it because everything's monetized, everything's a store.
I don't know what business school you went to. I don't know what businesses you've run.
That's hilarious. Coming from you. Dude, they shut your fucking businesses down again and again. She couldn't fucking come up with paperwork. What's going to happen when you go to court again? What happened the last time you went to court over your business, Alan? But again, we're all just supposed to stand here and nod along and be like, yeah, none of that happened because right now he's arguing a way which it isn't exactly convenient to admit that that ever happened. So we all just have to pretend it never happened. Yes, Alan. Yes, Alan. They don't know anything about running a business. You do. Nobody brings it up. 200 and something comments. Nobody brings that up. Nobody brings up any of this because they're not honest. They're not being honest. They're not here to be honest. They're here just for mindless support.
I don't know if you know anything about money. What's the end game? The end game is to shut me off YouTube. Well, you've done that. But YouTube are now not believing you anymore because I'm still here. I ask you this, celebrating troll channels watching now, why am I still here? You've struck me to death. I shouldn't be here. Why am I here? I'll tell you why, because what you're doing is illegal. You're using a false solicitor, Claire, who's not a solicitor, and we know because we've checked, and making false strikes on one person. You have no case against me. I have a massive case about you. You've ruined my business. You've ruined my business and the sales of my book. And I've got it all. You made the phone calls to the publishers. You think none of that's, you think, oh, that's okay because your daughter was murdered. You think that makes everything okay for the rest of your lives? It doesn't. As judge won't judge in your favor because you've got murder victims in your family. They weigh up the evidence. We've got evidence like this. You've got nothing.
How do you know? We've got evidence like this. I can't wait till AD has to present this evidence he has like that. Was fucking is disgusting, sycophantic fucking. What's that woman called that does everything for him? That pathetic fucking donkey. He just walks around carrying his fucking bags. Yeah, I'm sure she has like a whole terabyte external hard drive full of screenshots and dirt on people, because that's what you do when you're running an honest an honest fucking outfit. That's what you do. You gather blackmail on everybody that fucking works with you, just in case they want to fucking talk about what an amazing businessman you are once they leave. Like everybody leaves, which is another sign of a wonderful, wonderful person. Yeah, what's she gonna do? Is she gonna roll into court with you as well? Is she gonna print off all those fucking things and arrange them for you? Is that right? So we're talking about one thing, and then Alan seems to have produced 500 hate comments. But okay, Mr. Vinicum, how is this relevant again? So everybody hates you, right? So Alan is like using the same logic. It's like I had a death threat once, so anything that I do is fine.
Yeah, Andrea, I totally sympathise, right? Don't lower yourself to waste time talking about them. Obviously, you're not going to jail because it's called free speech. And this is a
What?
public case.
What?
The trouble is, Andrea, would you be saying the same if these people had raised 25,000, let's say $35,000 to come after you, Andrea? Would you be saying the same then? Would you be saying,
See how fucking frightened he is? He's probably just angry that now he's going after seek legal advice. It's going to cost him some money. That's why he'll be today.
I'm not going to lower myself if they've already raised the money to destroy you? Would you be saying that now, Andrea?
That's hilarious.
Yes, it is free speech, and it was a public case. And I don't want to waste my time. I'm not going to.
Yeah, but so was the OJ case. But he could still sue me if I was making videos now about it and coming up with just outright fucking things that didn't happen. Okay, look, we've got the pictures of the OJ crime scene. Look at that blood. Is it blood? Looks like barbecue sauce to me. It was barbecue sauce. He drowned her in barbecue sauce. You can't sue me. It's a public case.
I'm give them any ammo. I'm not saying nothing against them. What I'm saying is, stop it. Don't waste your money. I don't have any money.
Yeah, you do. And they don't want your money. He's such a fucking parasite. All he thinks about is money. Oh, money, money. They must want our money. No, they just want you to. They've been asking you to shut up for years. They didn't sue you. They asked you again and again and again and again and again. And they try to tell your followers. And they've tried numerous ways of shutting your channel down. And now they've had to take it to court. That's what has happened. Stop stepping out of our commonality of experience and pretending that something is happening that isn't happening. Okay? Stop trying to blur the narrative. Stop trying to obfuscate everything. I know what you're up to, you sneaky motherfucker. That's what he needs to be told. That's what he has needed to be told his entire life. The problem is he's surrounded by so many people who actually buy this shit rather than seeing through it the second he opens his mouth. Once you see a liar like this, everything he says Everything that comes out of his mouth, you look at it through a skeptical lens. And it's the only way you'll ever get what he actually is saying. We're 90 minutes into this, and I have been going for 1 hour, 40 minutes. This is getting ridiculous.
Well, even if you win a civil court case, you lose because I haven't got any money. When is that going to get in your head? And then you've got to ask yourself, waste your money, that's fine. Then you've got to ask yourself, why am I still here? You've already had your parties that I'm taking down. Why am I still here? Why am I still here? Because you're false striking me with a false lawyer, Claire. There are organizations in our country to find out if you're a lawyer, you know. You're in big trouble. You have been reported for impersonating a lawyer. And we have it in writing. Keep piling the hate on me. I'll take the hate. I told you that. My focus is Tammy is still investigating other people. That's the whole point. That's the thing the Rusek should be going, hang on a minute. They're actually investigating other people. You don't want that, do you? What is it you're hiding? That money could go to cancer research, it could go to the homeless, it could go to lupus. Don't throw £25,000 at me. I don't have any money. Are you making that equation? I don't have a house. And my car is $1,000 and I've sold it. I'm only having a car next week. I have other things in my family I have to take care of. So what are you coming at me? I'm not Chris Watts, where you can sue me for $6 million. I have nothing.
We'll see about that, I guess.
They will take you down an alley, like TDC says, at a cost of $500 an hour. They will drag it out. They will charge you $1,000, Mr. R, for a
I mean, it depends who it is. You get a good lawyer and they're confident of a win.
letter. As long as your check clears, they keep taking your money. The 25,000 won't touch the sides. I'm in England. You're in America. I will fight it.
Of course, you'll fight it.
For a
Everyone
start,
fights it.
I suffer from depression and anxiety.
Here we go. You fucking another thing. Is this what he probably gets unemployment for that? Oh, I'm on the sick. I'm on the sick. I got depression and anxiety. Oh, get fuck. What over? What over is it? Your fucking smile. I've got depression and anxiety. Really? Maybe a lifestyle thing. So, what do you do all day, Mr. Vinicum? Like, do you do any exercise or anything? Well, I sit around talking about dead kids and dead families all the time, and it caused me a bunch of grief online. Ah, right.
That will cause you at least a year's delay just to get me to court. That will cost you 50,000 in letters just
Right. Are you listening to this? Okay. The crazy fucking women who listen to this guy. This is a scammer. Do you see how he knows this? Do you not see how he knows how to fucking prevent himself from getting brought to court? How to delay court? This is what he'd have been doing when he was owning his businesses. Trying to technicality himself out of taxes, out of payments, out of hide money here, hold it here for a certain amount of time, pay it over there, take it out of this, put it into that. And then they fucking caught him.
to get me to court because I have doctor certificates saying I can't go to court. So there's your money gone. It's not even your money. You claim that you've had to raise it off the public because you haven't got any money. You had $500,000, didn't you? Why are you using the money of these people?
Depression and anxiety. Streams all day, every day. Runs a business that he's not allowed to run.
Take me to court with your own money. Be quicker. Well, you need a lot of money. Okay, Daniel Bishop. There's been some misinformation going around YouTube that these calls are Daniel Bishop's. They're not. What? They can't discuss the content, so they've got to say either I made it up, I haven't got permission, or it's somebody else. Nothing to do with Daniel Bishop. I'm asking you, Frankie, man to man, to lay off me.
Man
Save your
to man? You're gonna fucking laugh, aren't you? You're a man to man. Go face to face with him. See what happens, AD. If that was my sister and I came face to face, I wouldn't be mentally capable, and I know I wouldn't, of containing myself. All right, and I'm not a violent person. I don't think like violence solves things, but I know myself, and I know if you'd have been doing what you've been doing about Shanann and those kids for the last fucking year, and all these fucking miserable fucking hags, I'd be in jail right now for mass fucking murder. I'd have become what I hated. Because it's like there's a thing with like honor and men, and you have none of it. You have no honor. You have no fucking. You are a woman, and I don't mean that as a slight at women. All right, women and men are different, but there's a way that men have to speak to other men or have to behave. I have to. There's a certain respect you have to fucking pay people so that we can live in a civilized society. And this is a problem with the nanified society that we live in. The tensions get so high because people like him are allowed to act like this because he'll hide behind the law when really what he needs is a good punch in the face. You wouldn't have got any of this shit in the 50s because somebody went around his house and been like, "What are you talking about mum for?" Boof! And that would have been that, all right? That's how I learned not to be a horrible little piece of shit when I was a kid, all right? I remember when I learned, it's like, oh, people won't always stand for your shit. And you get into a fight over it. And you're like, oh, right, okay. And that's fair enough. So don't start with this man-to-man stuff. And then he sat there on a camera telling people's fucking mother to wind your neck in. Oh, I've got depression and anxiety. Oh, I've got a doctor's note, so I can't go to fucking court.
your family a lot of heartache and worry. Drop these ridiculous claims that you want to take me to prison. Because every time you say it, we screenshot it.
Something you never heard in the 50s. I've got screenshots and this and that and this, and I'm going to take it to the police. I'm going to show this to the police.
Don't blame me for what Chris Watts did. That's what you're doing. You got nothing to say against Chris Watts. You got nothing to say about the mistress. You got nothing to say to Rourke that lied about you. Just me.
Because they're not making
Because
money.
what is it? I'm valuable in a monetary sense.
No, because you're making money, and the reason that you're lying is because you're making money. Do you not understand? Your money needs to be stopped to stop you talking. It's not about getting your money. It's the fact that they're dealing, and they've realized that they're dealing with a demon, okay? A possessed fucking entity who is just mindlessly, vacuously hitting the fucking dopamine button on the money. It's like the rat experiments where they hook a rat's brain up to the button, and when it presses the button, it gets fucking dopamine released into its brain. That button is money to Alan Vinicum. He's one of those people. It's all he gives a shit about.
You're going real life. You realize that? You're going real life on me. And that's a serious offense in my country. You're bringing your hate real life to me. You have your henchman, Martin, making accusations.
Hate again. Hate. You're bringing your hate to me. What a fucking pussy. Seriously, I can't handle this coming from blokes. I really fucking can't. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. Someone's like snidely being sarcastic, talking shit about you all night, and then you confront them. Whoa, you're being aggressive. You're just supposed to allow me to like psychologically unwind on you, mount it on top of you while you just sit there fucking simmering, and then I can walk away. It's like, no. What happens is like you need to be taught to deal with that internally before you start acting out. And the way that you do that as a human society is the same way that gorillas and chimps and dogs do it. Right? It's a nip. It's a fucking just a fucking one bite. That's it. They won't do it again. You learn that you can't fuck with the other dogs, and that's what he's never got. He's a little cherished little. He's a little pampered poodle. He's never had the bite.
Threats in your name. And I can prove it's in your name because you are his best friend.
No one's threatening you. Oh, well, I'm not going to say no one. I'm sure somebody has sent him some fucking... I've had things saying that, like, they're gonna come to my country and they're gonna fucking get me. Please. A fucking threat. I mean, technically it's a threat, but if I report that to the police, I'm the fucking idiot. I mean, seriously. It's not legitimate.
I don't think you have a clue. I don't know why you haven't got a clue, but you don't even know to shut up. You keep slandering me in your YouTube channel. You don't even know when to shut up. If you're going to take somebody to court, you shut up. You can't even do that right. Meanwhile, I've lost my YouTube channel, my book, my reputation. I've had death threats, and I've got them. Unlike, I don't see any death threats against the R's. I don't see anything said against them. I see a lot against me. So that's where we are. They've taken silly little YouTube and taken it into the real world and the courts in England because they don't like my opinion. That's what they're doing, guys. They've got rid of all the opposition from me. They've all gone. Critical K, all them gone. KK gone. They're all gone, aren't they? Even the ones that changed sides, like Paul Kelly, have been destroyed because she's got all the paperwork and what's gone on with Frankie. Go lightly. God knows what they did to her to shut her up. They did.
No, they've all just fucking over time, like, realised that they're wasting their lives.
This is putting you, family, in a terrible, terrible light. You might have your supporters of these trolls go around and say, yeah, do it. Get them to prison, take them to prison.
But my 100,000 supporters, who are the vast majority of the planet.
That's not what the man in the street will think. They
The
think,
man in the street doesn't know about the Chris Watts case. It's been over for years. All there is the man on the internet endlessly rambling about it with his fucking zero interest women who have no hobbies or boyfriends or children or anything other than toxoplasmosis riddled kittens and cats. And again, the empty bottles of wine. That smell of wine cork as you enter the door. And that's cork, ladies. Cork. C-O-R-K.
what you're doing. We've never heard of a family of a murder victim doing stuff like this. You don't need to do it. You're listening to your son and he's pulling you down a very dark place. Now you're in the darkness. You've gone real life. You've gone real life. It's not YouTube. It's not YouTube chatter anymore. You've gone real life. You've promised to raise money to come and get me. That's where we are. They struck the memorial tribute to their own daughter. They struck it down. I don't think the judge won't hear all this, because he will.
But yeah, like, if you're going to write it out, and if you can understand what you've what you've writ. I always forget. What is it? Is it wrote, writ, or written? It's writ, right? W-R-I-T.
They will hear from the publisher, who they demanded not to publish my book. They will see the videos that Frank's made of hating me and telling me to give money back to people. They will see all the words of Junior, all the accusations, all the slander he's thrown at me. I get laughed at court. It's a joke. Once it's serious, I'll be laughing. Why those little sycophants tell you, yes, you can beat him? You can't. You can't sue somebody in my country for an opinion. Ask Piers Morgan. He's gone right to the top. And he's entitled to his opinion. Do you think I'm not allowed to have an opinion in my own country? You don't like it? Tough. You don't.
So if someone's like, Eddie's a paedophile, is that just a sound opinion? It's all right because it's an opinion. I don't think that's all right. And obviously that's just an example. I don't think that's all right. You say that you couldn't get sued for that. It's not about your opinion. And what's more, you want to hope that it is an open case. Because if it's not, then this goes beyond just opinion. When you relentlessly won't stop basically harassing private individuals, including the mistress of Chris Watts. I can't remember her name. They all refer to her as NK because they think they're fucking police officers and they've read the fucking whatever it is, the files where it refers to everybody with the initials. It's so cringe. It's so cringe.
Like it? Tough. Singling me out for your gaslighting of all the troubles in your life.
That's just people's opinions on you, Eddie. What's the issue? I mean, why do you get... You've had people's channels taken down for just stating their opinions on you. Is it wrong to have an incorrect opinion?
Lives is not on. I'm done with it. Take me to court, I will counter-sue. I've lost a lot. I've lost a lot. I've lost it. This is my business for 3 years. You've ruined it. I was just getting somewhere. I've got my first published novel. I've got a couple of shots on TV. I was starting to build a great following. I was loving my job. You've destroyed it. You cancelled me. Well done. Well done.
Okay, now it's going to be the pity parties and the donate to stop cancelling Eddie. We need to stop cancelling people online. That's going to be him now. Be the poster boy for I got cancelled. First they came for them, then they came for OD. Despite the fact that like he's been rallying to fucking get people kicked off things forever now. He is one of those people who cancels people. Self-important idiots.
Me saying that Chris had helped, do you? Now I can ask you guys to support me and contact Twitter and tell them what I've told you. They're false striking me with a false solicitor. They're trying to destroy me by just targeting me.
I mean, if she's not a false solicitor, then that's itself Was it like libel or slander? I forget which one's which, but it's one of them. Like, you need to be careful. This is the thing, right? He makes these videos, and he's all boisterous. You know, you need to wind your neck, and you need to do this, and you need to do that, and he's fucking throwing things out left and right. He is not at all careful about the way that he speaks, and I'm surprised it hasn't bit him in the ass before now.
And they're inciting hatred. And they're raising money.
Somebody needs to sue him just for the discovery. I'd sue him just for the discovery. I wouldn't even go through with it. Just find out everything about him, all his financials, the business that he runs. That's what I'd sue him on. I'd just get rid of it. If he wants a countersuit, what's he going to countersuit me over? Wasted time, court costs.
To come to England to get me. Is that even legal? Is it?
What? Doing fucking legal action across countries? Yeah, I think so. It's like the FBI are coming over here to get Prince Andrew. Is that legal? Is that even legal? He's been charged with a crime. It's not legal to come here and get someone because they said they're going to get him. So what should they have said? We're going to retrieve? We're going to wait. Should we pull out a thesaurus and find the particular word which Armchair Detective on Vidicum is comfortable with personally? Or does everything that he's not comfortable with have to be then made into a threat? It's a threat.
Well, I can tell you people that know about these things have told me that it's illegal. That's not what that fund's for.
Who do you know? People he knows who are familiar with this sort of thing. So just name them then and look them up and ring them up. What is it? A solicitor, you know? Just tell me about it. Who is it? Oh, you made it up in your mind. Okay.
It's not for attacking an old man in England. It's for when you
Oh,
genuinely.
an old man in England. Will you stop it? And again, are any of these ladies buying this? If you're a supporter of AD, did you pick up on that? I'm just going to ask you, did you pick up on that? Where he refers to himself, I'm just an old man in England. Like, do you know what he's actually doing there? Or do you think he's actually sincere? Like, that just came out of his mouth. Like, if you did, you need to be careful, okay? You need to make sure you don't get into cars with men and stuff like that, and don't walk down dark alleys, all right? Because you're obviously brainless and you're heading towards some sort of horrible misjudgment in your life, okay? Sorry to tell you.
You've been wronged. You have no case. There's a reason why Tammy Lee's looking into NK. My book was based on facts from the case. I'll give it to the lawyer to read. Read that, lawyer. Let's see where I'm defaming anyone in either family.
Again, I'm not sure what the case is about. It is my understanding, and I've probably got it completely wrong because I've just seen it in like comments and from, when people are talking about this stuff online, is that it is something to do with the rights of photographs on Facebook. The thing I was talking about earlier that I don't think actually has any legs if they're taking him to court over it. Now he's saying that they're just taking him to court over other stuff.
This sense of entitlement's got to stop.
You're having a laugh. That is so sociopathic to say that I almost can't respond. And look, he knows it. Look at the way that he fucking moved back from the camera. And he's got the duper's delight. Like the fact that is what Jews call chutzpah. All right, Jews call that chutzpah, where you can go out in front of everybody and you just do something right in their face, and no one does anything about it because of like social fucking tension or whatever. And you basically, you go out in the room and you shit on the floor. You pull your pants up and you act as if you didn't fucking shit on the floor, and everyone just has to fucking. That's chutzpah. And he's all full of fucking chutzpah because he thinks that he's clever because his audience is easy to be clever in front of. It's a nice way of putting it.
It's being taken into real life, and I don't deserve this. You don't think I can raise money like you do? You don't think I can raise money like you do to fight you?
Yeah, of course we do. Look at his smile, and he knows. Of course we do. Yeah, would fucking all these fucking hens down here would fucking fund anything you wanted them to do. Yeah.
I don't want to. It's pathetic. But if I do have to, I'll raise 3 times what you raise. And I'll bankrupt you. Because I draw it out. I'll make you write 1,000 letters from your solicitors to my solicitor.
I wonder what a judge would think about this. Do you know what judges think about making a mockery of a trial and their processes? Like everybody knows that it goes on, but if you're gonna start fucking saying this stuff on videos and laughing, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna bankrupt you with the legal process. What do you think a judge in that case is gonna do? Do you think he's gonna stretch it out? Or do you think he's just gonna go, you know something? I'm gonna fucking get this over in a fucking week. Alright, here you go, Mr. Vinicum. 3 dates in 1 week. How'd you like that?
At $1,000 a go. No one wins with lawyers, apart from the lawyers, Frankie. But you wouldn't know that, would you? Because you never had to pay one, have you?
Unlike AD, who's constantly in and out of court. Like any, innocent man, like any well-to-do, straightforward businessman who is absolutely telling the truth about all this stuff and isn't just scamming a bunch of easy targets, a bunch of marks, as carnies used to call them. See these people coming a mile away.
It's all been done for you, hasn't it? Everything I say is from the evidence. Everything I say is what the family have already said. That's the ironic part of it, isn't it? Present your evidence of what I've done wrong. Well, you said Chris had help. Yeah, that's my opinion.
You said that.
I need you people in chat, as I'm no longer a YouTube channel. I'm just waiting for this sword of Damocles to fall on my head and chop me off. I need you people to join Patreon. My spanners will put the Patreon link up now. I'm going into Patreon after I talk to you more about the Tammy Lee case. I know so much more than anyone else about this case. I know things from the Watts family. I know things from Chris. I know things from all the girlfriends. I know things from the people that have met him. I know things from Sherilyn.
And yet he's never been able to provide some sort of like succinct theory that ties all this stuff together because there is none. There is none. It's all just used as obfuscation and to present you so many questions and avenues that you can't ever form it together as an opinion because then the scam would have to end and the money stops. You've got to keep this shit going on like Marvel. All right, we've got our fucking 5-year plan. The 3 generations of Marvel movies. Profits into the next decade. He's planned this whole thing out like a business. I'll give him that.
You think I don't know other people were involved? Do you think I wouldn't have walked away by now if I doubted that?
You would have walked away from it if the money stopped. Day one. End of. It's as simple as that. And like anybody that is pretending that that isn't the case, I don't even know what to say anymore, to be honest.
I've defended Shanann to the hilt. I even defended Frankie when they were putting pictures of him. I got them taken down for him. I don't get it. They're going to kick me off without proof of this false solicitor Claire's lies. Well, the thing is, I'm still here.
Take it to court. Counter claim. Counter claim. He didn't do anything right. Didn't do anything wrong, right? So then counter claim and force them to take it to court. I don't understand his problem. I get copyright strikes every now and then, and I look into it, and if I've done nothing wrong, I counter claim. And if they want to take me to court, they never have. Why? Because I haven't done anything wrong. I mean, and if I've done something wrong, you accept it. I broke a copyright law inadvertently most of the time. Sometimes not if it's music, because I just don't care. I want to play music. I don't monetize my channel, so I don't care.
So I guess YouTube are now looking into this because she's striked all three of my channels with the same thing. Frank Rusek says he's got copyright for Shanann's pictures. No, he hasn't. They were from the Discovery or from Shanann's public Facebook page. We will
Yeah,
win that.
I think he will as well.
If I
Seriously,
get chucked out,
if that is the thing, like seriously, you need to look into that, Frankie or whatever, because just making it private, you cannot retroactively make things people have done then be fucking illegal like that. It's not some sort of like, felony crime. It's not like murder or rape or something like that. This isn't. It's a very beige.
YouTube because of a lying
Just my
person
opinion.
pretending to be a
Gosh.
solicitor and a lie that Mr. Rusek owns the rights to the pictures. How do you think that's going to get down in court? Well, Mr. Vinnicum, why were you thrown off YouTube by the Ruseks? Well, they had
They're
this
not going to
woman
say this.
called Claire who says she's a solicitor, and I don't think she is. And we can prove it soon. And then he's striking it because he has the rights to these pictures from the Discovery. Mr. Vinnigan, what's a discovery? Well, it's a public information document released by the US that's public and anyone can use it. Well, and you say you were struck because of these pictures that are in this public document. Yes. And he ruined your business by lying about these public pictures. Yeah. And this woman working for him who's saying she's a solicitor, it's not actually a solicitor. No, she's not.
Well, no,
Case
because
dismissed.
these are allegations you're making, Alan. Do you not understand? Like, he claims or feigns that it's like he understands the technicalities and the complexities of the court system. Yeah, he's just going to get up there and be taken at his word at all this. Like, these people are targeting me and people are doing that. Now, this is a case that you need to bring to the court, Alan, and then you need to prove it against them. Now you're coming up with like a whole separate thing. Let's stay on topic. What did you do regarding what they have claimed?
Dismissed. Next case. You're in trouble, Claire. And
But I thought they couldn't take you to court. I mean, he's given like first it's like you're wasting your time. I don't got no money. Well, I've got 3 times the money that you have. I'll take you to court. I'll countersue you, which will be like even more money, double that. And now it's fucking what's he saying now? Who can even keep up?
you, Mr. Rusek, are in bigger trouble if you take me to court. Because I will stick up for myself in my own country, in front of my own Queen's government.
Ugh.
I'm
Shut
not
up,
from
you
North Carolina.
fucking
You can't frighten me.
loser.
I'm not Mary Marlowe, you can send her crazy. I'm not Audrey Biggs, where you can chuck them off YouTube with fear and threats.
Again,
I'm not Critical K.
total projecting exactly what he does. By the way, all of this, he gets channels removed constantly. He sends all of his little fucking psychos against channels and gets them fucking falsely reported. I don't know why these people stand up for it. Just fucking counterclaim. Force the mother. He'll never spend the money to take you to court over a fucking. He will never do it. He's too greedy. It's as simple as that. And I don't understand why he hasn't done that. YouTube will always take the counterclaim. You counterclaim, they put the video back up, then it's up to the claimant to take you to court, to push it further.
I'm not KK.
So if you've done nothing wrong and you really don't fear legal repercussions, then do it. But it's a very different tone, isn't it? He's sat here going, my channels, all 3 of them have been taken down. Join my Patreon. It sounds like he's actually getting ready for a legal battle that he's worried about.
Miss Sonia Palm. I didn't see it. Hang on. I'll have a look. Miss Sonia Palm. Miss Sonia Palm. I love this lady with the pink hair. She's my friend. I love her.
She's giving
I don't
him
love her
way,
because I
look.
don't know her. That's overdoing it. I love what she says. Hang on, what's she got to say? AD, I'll mail a blank check and I'll fill out the amount. It's pre-signed and dated. I wish though. I know you can't get me a blank check though. I know that. But there's thousands like her that will commit a small amount of money, and I will fight you, Mr. R. Frankie. I will fight you, and I will make sure my solicitor writes 100 letters to your solicitor at $1,000 a go. How'd you like them apples? £25,000 ain't going to take you nowhere. You think you're going to get a pro bono lawyer to take me on? Well, I will send him all our info. They are raising £25,000 to bring me down in a UK court of law. If I raise money to fight counterclaim them, it will cost them £150,000 just in the first 3 months. I've been advised by my attorney to open my own crowd justice fund. I'm going to ask you now, if I opened a crowd justice fund, would you be prepared to contribute some money to take on this frivolous, lying lawsuit against me? Would you be prepared to stand by me and take them on? If so, say yes. If no, say no. I don't mind.
It's obvious
It's just a
they're all
straw
just
poll
going
to
to go,
see if we can raise
yes,
the money.
yes,
I've got a
AD,
feeling we could
otherwise
raise
we
a lot
get
of money.
banned. Otherwise we get ostracized. I don't care. I don't care. That's why there's all those people
I know it any
disagreeing
day.
with you down here.
I will outmoney them.
At once, right, this man is going to claim that he has tons and hundreds and thousands of haters, of dejectors who will stalk him and do this stuff. And at the same time, inexplicably, not a single negative comment. But I don't delete comments.
I will make them write letters every day to my solicitor. I will bankrupt them if that's what they want to take me on. If they want to take me on, I will make it cost them more money than they've ever seen in their lives. Miss Sonia, I already threw the platinum card down today. I have millionaires that support me. You know why?
Because they killed the husband and fed it to the cats?
Because they believe in free speech. Whether they like my opinion or not, they prefer free speech to you, Mr. Rusek, controlling YouTube.
Now, I will say that I do prefer free speech compared to a lot. This is my problem with this whole situation, is that like some of the people on the other side are, I mean, they're not like harassing this family, so they've got that going for them, but they are just as bad. They're almost like mirror fucking images of Alan on the other side. Maybe not motivated so much by money, but definitely by like status and the way that they're seen, being seen to be right. It's again, the whole thing is so horrible and dysfunctional.
YouTube. Free speech is a wonderful thing. It's held in high regard in America. You're destroying free speech, young Frankie.
Free
I
speech.
haven't
Held in high regard in America. Is it? Is it? So then I can say oh, nearly said it. Call someone oh, best not. Oh, but that's offensive. All right. Why do we need free speech again? Oh yeah, to protect all the speech that everybody likes and we all universally agree is acceptable. That's why we have free speech laws. Oh wait, this is why I love this when it descends in arguments on this, because I've listened to lots of people's points of view on this case, and everybody involved, I can say not one of them actually believes in free speech. Again, it's like it's like Alan Vinicum, a total scumbag, uh, who would shut down any criticism of himself against, just basically, quite liberal do-gooders generally who are covert fascists, and they enjoy using lobbyists, corporations, and politicians to shut down things that they don't like. And then they'll tell you about, like, you call you a fascist and give you fucking lectures on how fascism is it's when corporations and governments come together. It's like, oh, interesting. And do they all start flying a similar flag by any chance? Do they all start having the same flag waving over their fucking buildings in support of, I don't know, what is it? Pride. You're gonna be prideful. Isn't pride a sin? Anyway.
an opinion that your sister had more than one person involved in their murder. And I demand the right to say it. And I will defend my reputation. And I want you all to join Patreon, because we can plan from there to take them on. I'm not giving up. They don't know what they're taking on. I'm in England. They got to come and get me. If they think £25,000 would get me to court, they're in for another thing.
There he goes again, look, being all boisterous and hard. I'm in England, they've got to come get me. And then someone goes, all right then, I'll come get you. Oh, he's threatening me. He's saying things. It's not fair free speech. Help. Somebody help. Is there an adult? Can somebody get an adult?
I've got depression. I've got anxiety.
Oh, fuck off. Depression and anxiety, so I can't work. Can I have fucking benefits every week? Can I just not work like everybody? Sometimes I wake up and I feel like I just hate the world. Yeah, welcome to being an adult.
I will drag this all through the land and make sure they spend £100,000 before I even get in a courthouse.
That sounds like somebody who has depression and anxiety. That sounds like the type of thing that they want to commit to.
Laura, no. Thank you, Laura. This is wrong. They still have an opportunity to stop. I'm giving you an opportunity, our family, to publicly close that fund tomorrow, or I will start one. If you don't close that fund tomorrow, I will start one and blow your fund out of the water, and I'll make my solicitor write a letter to you every day that you have to reply to by law. No one owns YouTube, especially you. No one can tell me what to say and not what to say. No one can tell my hundreds of thousands of supporters what they can watch and what they can't watch. No one. A victim card doesn't get you anywhere in life.
That's a laugh. That is a laugh. Should we go back to some of his, every time he gets a little bit of criticism, and he releases a video comparing himself to the guy that got, like, beheaded in France? Bullying. Hatred kills online. Hatred kills people. Hi, guys. It's me, AD, with my glum voice. By the way, Patreon's at the bottom.
I've lost members of my family. When I walk down the street, people don't look at me and go, oh, look.
Yeah, but were they murdered? By people who were, like, married to them in your family? And then show me the videos, AD. Where are the videos about Jamie Vinicum and his fucking death. Where the 5 years of fucking videos of people fucking obsessing over it, setting up websites? Show me, AD.
There's Alan, he lost his mum. This sense of entitlement has got to stop. We're all victims in life. The harassment, slander, interference with my business, raising money to get me is wrong. Whoever you are, whatever you are. I'm giving you one chance tonight, Mr. Rusek, to withdraw every single one of those strikes by tomorrow, else I will get your Claire in court in England. She's pretending to be a lawyer. She's not. She's used you to strike me. She's lying. Ask her to prove to you she's a lawyer. And if she can't, do you realize those strikes you give me are against the law? And when you try to take me to court and you've used a person impersonating an attorney, where do you think your lawsuit's going to stand? She's ruined it for you. And I have all the strikes. Mr. Rusek, Claire.
Again, did anybody notice the slip? I'm not talking about the brain dead people who follow him because you don't notice anything. He said she will ruin it for you. Ruin what? I thought there was no case. He knows.
Giving you the chance tonight to take every single.
I don't know what he's worried about something. And despite the fact that I don't know what they're going for, and if it is that the picture thing, I wouldn't be confident. He's worried about something coming out. I think it's probably his financials and the details with the fact that he's technically kind of running a business. Tax-free, probably, if I had to guess.
One down tonight. If they're not down by tomorrow, I can't answer for the consequences. Because you better ask Claire. Ask her. Phone her up, Mr. R. Claire, are you a solicitor? Can you prove it? Tricky lady can. I think. Wouldn't that be nice? Case goes on. Entitlement not working with me, I'm afraid. In case you missed it last night, folks, entitlement doesn't work on this show. I have over 60,000 of these screenshots by Martin D. and Frank Jr. and Frank Sr.
These aren't. What are these to do? See, straight away, right? The judge is he's gonna look at as many as I've just looked there, and I assume these are the worst ones, because he'd fucking front load them. And I'm just gonna be like, what this? And do you mean open up any YouTube video?
And Mrs. R. 60,000 screenshots.
I can't bloody wait. These aren't illegal comments.
Like this.
Like what? Thanks, wonderful people. I'm spending all day tomorrow just spreading the word. I had no idea it was all or nothing. It's going to come down to the wire, but we'll make it. See, these are people just excited that he's taking action against, the same as these people are down here. And these people aren't breaking the law. These vacuous fucking witches, they're not breaking the law. They're just supporting you. These are just messages of support. And clearly, if you look at this look, thanks, wonderful people. I'm spending all day tomorrow just spreading the word. I had no idea it was. So this shows that it's not some sort of conspiracy against him, that everyone's behind the scenes organizing him. It's clearly something Frankie's doing with one or two people in his and the solicitor, or maybe not solicitor, whatever the fuck's going on there. And now people are finding out about it and supporting it.
That I'd happily show the courtroom. How many?
Yes, you're right. He makes out 6'6" is really old. I've got pants older than that. Yeah, oh, what a horrible thing they said about you.
Screenshots have you got of me making threats?
I will celebrate that day. It will be a national holiday in Canada if I can get to see it. The day the true crime YouTube community cried, lol. I can't wait. I can't imagine the righteous anger that our family must feel. I'm at times swearing at my phone when I watch that idiot. Again, these are like very light comments. I've said way worse in this video. Dropped from 123 yesterday to 148 today. What? Soon it will be easier to sell a used bus ticket than a piece of shite book.
Fake attorney. You've
Why
got a
won't you
chance here,
gone?
Mr. R, to withdraw your strikes. Stop your
Armchair
handing of
detective,
me.
the
I'm giving
worst
it
dick.
to you tonight.
YouTuber says no armchair detective on YouTube. Imagine a judge's face being shown these things. Just like trying to like, they probably have very blank stare on the face as like he tries to process the information he's been given. Like, this guy can't be showing me this for no reason. Like, there's something I'm missing here. As he tries to like reread them. Like this, where's there must be some subtle threat. Have I aged out of being able to understand threats? And then eventually it's going to dawn on him that no, this guy's just, he's showing you just comments. Please mute yourself. How hateful. Have you have you taken measurements for your prisoner suit yet, AD? Because we're coming for you. Again, it's like, that's not a threat. It's not a real threat. Just because someone says we're coming for you, he didn't say we're coming for you with hedge fucking cutters. Do you know what I mean? With a chainsaw. It's like a legal thing. It's no different than what AD's been doing this entire video. Yeah, I will destroy you. Do you realize that? I'll get 3 times the money. It will destroy your family. It's like, that's not illegal.
The copyright on these films, why are they in discovery? You're going to go to court with that you own them when they're in the discovery.
If you decide to be friends with people who have harassed, tormented, and slandered me or my family, you are no friend of mine. So this is clearly Frankie, the brother of Shannon Watts, who was murdered. Also, thank you for the truth community for never turning your back on our family. Just know we love you and appreciate every single one of you. God bless you all. Real negative comments right there, real horrible stuff. I'm sure the judge will be like just looking over at Frankie and just shaking his head. Just like, how could you write this on the internet? You should be making videos about people's dead family members and saying that their ghosts are like, was there a paranormal demonic entity in the house? Look, it's on the video. Let's go play the AD's Halloween special. Remember that? It's just entertainment, just for a bit of a laugh. Oh, is it? That's nice. Well, what's your opinion? Please watch the whole thing. You'll see exactly what we have been trying to say. Evil, satanic, blasphemy, and so much more. Very sick. He just makes this up as he goes, but yet his subs think he's not lying. This will be great in court.
Posing an attorney is a big no-no in my country. Now,
yeah, but they're not in your country, remember? I mean, in 1 second he's acting as if there's some sort of like sheet of protection from U.S. justice and between, I should say, U.S. and British justice. You have to come to the judge says in my country. You're going to come to my country, and sit in front of a British judge, and I'm going to sit there in front of a judge of Her Majesty's government. Just complete word salad. But now now there's no protection now because like posing as a fucking solicitor in England. Do you know what that? I'm sure it's a serious crime in the US as well, but
if she thinks I'm lying, then
lying.
I ask you, Claire, to prove it.
They are all crooked and just want rating. They're very evil. I've told you how the women from ABC Good Morning America pretended to be my aunt and called me minutes after we found out on the internet that my family was murdered. Yes, the detectives didn't even have a chance to call us to give us the news. The media had all spread it far and wide without a care in the world. They just want to be that breaking news that see, and he's showing these screenshots. Like there's some what is it? Is it it can't be dyslexia because it's not just like writing and spelling and reading and stuff. It's like basic I don't know. Like what's he showing us there? This is supposed to be like damning comments that he's going to show the judge that are like proof of some sort of like conspiracy of hate against him. And it's just like it's like me going on anybody's YouTube channel and just taking screenshots from the comment section. It's irrelevant. It's borderline irrelevant. The only thing it has to do with this is the general subject of the Chris Watts thing.
I ask you, Claire, to prove me wrong. Prove me.
Gossip on YouTube. These parasites want to be the first to say they know. Yeah, this is the media. Frankie's completely right on. And if that is true about the news, like ringing him before the detectives got a chance to do it again, he's right. Total parasites. All the media are. It really is. Never talk to the media. Never speak to the media. Ever. The worst thing you can ever do. Never give them a fucking second of your time. Never explain yourself. Never apologize. Never apologize. They're monsters.
I can't find anything that says you're a lawyer. I can't find anything that says you're a lawyer, which is strange, isn't it? Because you claim to be one. The trouble is, many people have written to me and said you're not. Take it down, Mr. Rusek. You don't know what you're mixing with professional people on YouTube, and you've done wrong. You've been led astray by this Claire. And you've done wrong. Rusek. You don't know what you're mixing with professional people on YouTube, and you've done wrong. You've been led astray by this Claire. Right, I've got Tammy's, one of Tammy's tapes. We have many. We have many of Tammy's tapes that prove the case is still alive. You hate that, don't you? You hate the fact the case is still alive, don't you? Haters. She's been doing an investigation on this Claire woman. You know, the Google granny that went to Google and got arrested. Well, not arrested. Got moved on by the police.
Not arrested, but you said that's libel. That's slant, right? Literally out of an axe.
She's the ringleader of that as well. Oh, she's proactive.
Fucking screen's frozen now. We've gone from 180p to like just frozen. 1 frame an hour.
But I can't find her as a solicitor anyway. Strange, isn't it? I hope she can prove it. Be nice if she can prove it, right?
I mean, are we sure you're typing the name in properly?
Lots of people are offering to help me with the funding. Strange that, isn't it?
No. No. They fucking give you money if you said you were building a fucking rocket to Mars. They're idiots. They've got nothing but just spare time, money, and cats. I'm sorry to keep saying it, but it is true. I saw a fucking live chat with these people once. There was about fucking 6 of them on a screen talking about this stuff, and 3 of them had cats gone in the background. It's all you could hear. Fucking microphone won't pick that up. Discord, stop censoring me. I'll decide what noises I want to make. Damn it. Hang on, let me see if I can change this. I hate Discord. Sneeze. Oh, fuck's sake. Bless me. What could it possibly be? There we go. I can do it now. That's better. You just turn advanced voice activity off. Once again, technology and the more options and things you get, the less it works.
You think I can't raise money? Honestly, you think I can't raise money?
I love how he's acting that with like the same knowing. Like, do you know how many fucking idiots follow me? Because like once again, it's something he knows that everybody knows except his followers. You don't think I can raise money? You see what I'm fucking fleecing these people off every month, and he's right.
I'm getting offers of money right now as we speak.
That's hilarious.
All those people emailing me, offering to sponsor my counterclaims. Thank you. Looks like we're going to have to. Chicken lady.
Cluck, cluck.
As this might be our last program, because we're on our last strike and we can close down any second.
Mm-hmm.
I want the people in the world to know that we've investigated this woman, Claire, for the last 3 weeks.
Right. Well, we were obviously told that she wasn't really a solicitor. Now, we're not going to just take somebody's word for it.
Oh, no.
I do believe the person who told me, but we didn't. So we have somebody who, we won't say their name, but she's somebody who knows the law. So
they've got a great history of, we won't say their name, and it turns out to be some fucking, like, I don't even know what that fucking Blair thing was. It looked like that fucking you ever seen Blade, where they walk into that fucking room and there's like that fucking Eggman, he's just like laid down, he's like 900 pounds. Oh great, someone's getting beat up on TV. This is great. Some of the police are just fucking smashing faces. Where's this? Who are they beating up? They had like purple hair and shit, so I assume it's some fucking libtard shit. I don't know. Sorry, I got distracted by riots.
Reached out to her. She did. She didn't know, obviously, but she gave me the right avenues to find out for sure. So I did contact the Law Society. Now there's several law societies. I won't say which one I contacted because I think that would be considered doxing.
What? What the fuck is she talking about? This is what I mean. These people shouldn't be on the internet. They hear words like troll and bot and doxing, and they don't know what they mean. Okay? They literally think that there's like actual bots that are like fucking replying to you like intelligently, probably using AI that doesn't exist in the way that they tell you it exists, by the way, old people. That like everybody disagrees with them online is a bot, and that trolls are just like all like anybody over the age of 35, man, probably about 40 of anybody over the age of 40 thinks a troll is basically just anybody that disagrees with them on the online. It's given them the ability just to be like, oh, troll. It's like cognitive dissonance, you know. It's like saying, let's agree to disagree. It's like, let's not come to any conclusions that might challenge my conclusions because this is getting shaky. And bots, it's like, oh, you know, all these things that I hate, they must be supported because it's not real people that support it, it's bots. All right, okay. Is that how it is? Russian bots, that's what it is. Oh, it's just tiresome.
But I got pointed to the correct one for her area.
And then there's doxing, which is like, because it's slightly more complicated and nuanced. So not everything's a dox. And these are the same people. Then they'll go, you know, these cowards, these coward trolls, they should be online. Everybody should be forced to have their real name. Why are you hiding behind an alias on YouTube? It's like, because the internet is full of mentally ill people and probably serial killers and shit. You're the fucking moron putting your name out there and face at all. At all. Even if you're the most liberal, progressive, wonderful, fuddy-duddy person in the world, the things that you're saying now will probably be offensive in 10 years and they'll get you for it. they'll fucking dig that shit up and they'll be like, look what you said there. You used to think that dogs shouldn't be able to vote. Well, now they can vote. What are you going to do now? Dogs can vote now, motherfucker. What are you were saying that back then? What are you, a dog hater? He's doggist. There goes your ability to stream and pay with PayPal.
Yeah. And
we know she's in the country of Wales. We can say that, right?
Oh, no.
No? Well, she's in Great Britain. Great Britain, right?
Right.
Right.
But so anyway, I contacted the right one, and now there is actually some solicitors, and I think that there's a few in the UK that have very similar names. It actually was kind of a tussle with them to say, no, I know who that one is. I've already researched that one. That one is not this one.
Name.
Yes, a very similar name.
Yeah.
And I assume, I don't want to say that she's doing it, but it would be very easy to get away with saying you're a solicitor, because when somebody looks it up, this person does live very close to her, and it has a very similar name. There's like one letter off. And so I said, look, this is the picture of the one that you're talking about. This is the picture of the woman that I'm talking about. And anyway, they sent me to the SRA regulations. I had to have the same fight with them. But they agreed with me. They sent me to the place where I reported, which of course I did. And I also have our lawyer friend also reporting to her higher ups. So, and I think that you wanted me to read the email I got. Let me get it up.
Could we show it? I mean, perhaps Bubbles can show it by redacting stuff. I mean, because they're going to say you're lying. You know that, don't you?
Well, Bubbles can show it by redacting stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, if you can do that, Bubbles, because you know what they're going to say, chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've sent more emails this past week, and it's only Tuesday. Then I have my entire, there it is. Then I have my entire life. Okay, so it says, Dear Chicken Lady, thank you for your email of 10 September 2021. That's when I finally got through to the SRA regulation. I'm unable to find a solicitor on the roll in the name of Claire Morgan. If you have concerns about a bogus solicitor, you can report the matter to us. We acknowledge the report in 40 to 50 days and let you know whether any action will be taken. If the report requires further investigation.
Hello? Just stuck.
Did you? Mm-hmm.
So we lost you there.
Oh, did you hear any of it? Sorry.
We lost the last 10 seconds, that's all.
It was just saying that they would contact me if they needed further information.
Right. So let's just reiterate that. They say there is no lawyer of that name in the UK.
No.
Right.
No, not the exact name, but that isn't what was said. They need to investigate this matter further, basically, and look into it. There seems to be irregularities. I mean, if I was online and I used a name that was like my name, I might just change it a little bit. Like this is another one of those nothing burgers. So they might be right, they might be wrong. I mean, to me, it seems a bit weird. There's a solicitor that lives really near her. That its name is, just one letter out or something. But she doesn't look like she looks on the picture. Yeah, well, guess what? None of these women look like they look on the picture. They're all pictures from like 50 years ago. And I'm not being mean. It's the fucking sicknesses of our society and expectations put on women and such and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's really not saying anything.
So why is she saying she's an attorney then?
Well, I've heard different stories on that. Apparently I have not seen the screenshot, but there is a screenshot going around where she has admitted that she's not one, but I have not seen that yet.
Well, she told the Rusek she is. I've heard Mrs. R say she is.
I've heard that she maybe used to be one, but that's not That's not what these people are saying. They would have that information.
They're saying she was never one, right?
Right. That's what I'm gathering, because that specifically was my question.
If cornered, she
if
might
she ever
lie.
was one.
If she's cornered, she might lie and say, "I was one, but I'm giving it up." Right.
Right.
But we're saying she never was one ever.
Well, that was my specific question to them.
Yeah.
So I assume, I feel like that addressed that. The other thing I've also heard is that she actually worked for one for a while. Which that could be true. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't make you one.
Well, she might know one as a friend of hers.
She might. Well, and I do know that she has relatives that is one. So
our advice to Frank and Claire is to take down those strikes, because you're going to lose. If you're not a solicitor, you're going to lose those strikes. And if Frank, he hasn't, these are photos from Discovery. What's the law on photos from Discovery in your country, Chicken?
Well, I mean, it makes them for public domain at that point.
So these strikes are bogus, ludicrous, and lies.
Right.
And YouTube will discover that in the fullness of time, whether it takes them a week or 2 weeks.
Right.
And the Ruseks are taking me to court. Ironic, isn't it?
You've just done that thing again where you spent like an hour turning something around. Yeah, ironic, isn't it? Forgetting that, like, no, this guy has spent like 3 years endlessly just obsessing over this stuff. Like, that's the thing that everybody's a problem with. And this is a potentially misguided attempt at bringing it all down using, really spurious legal standing. I really think they should have bided the time more. I mean, again, I don't have the energy for this shit anymore, but seriously, it'd be so easy just to worm yourself in, get into his inner circle, get a bit of information, and do it that way. But, like, fucking... all you have to do is kiss his ass. Kiss his ass and pay him a bit of money. You're a fucking mod.
My business with
I know that you don't want them to, but I secretly...
And have a bit of intelligence, a bit of cunning, and then when people are like pointing out his lies in chat, you just fucking defend them for him. You'll become a star in his eyes.
I hope that they do, because I have no doubt they will be laughed out.
I don't want to hurt them, though. I want them to pack it in and go away and stop.
Because you just want your money to keep coming in.
I want them to take down these bogus, lying strikes on my channel and my livelihood. Because if I go down because of these strikes that are done by a person who isn't a solicitor,
this is your livelihood. You're supposed to be paying fucking tax.
And backed by a man who's saying he owns photos he don't, then I will go to court. They have a chance to take those strikes down tonight. I'm telling you, anybody that knows the R's and has got any sense, get them to take those strikes down tonight, because they're bogus. It's not clever to destroy a man's livelihood by lying, because it's going to come back at you. However long it takes. Now, they might be squealing on their channels saying, oh no, she's a solicitor. Oh no, they're Frank's photographs. They're not. They're in the Discovery. Even one of their biggest trolls admitted that these photos are legal, didn't they? We caught that.
Yep.
Even if they've made them theirs now, they can't retrospectively go back to when they were in the public domain.
Yeah.
They can't win this argument.
Yeah, that's where he has to be right. And I know that because the world can't function like that. Do you understand? Maybe like, the rights of Alien falling to MGM, and then MGM suing Fox for ever airing Alien. It's like, no, you can't rule based on. Everyone knows what I'm
I
saying.
appeal
Not
to
in the
you.
long run.
Why is Obama on my screen?
Short term, they might take my channel down.
Yeah.
Long term, it might cost them a fortune. Because we've just arranged to raise a load of money. They're not the only ones that can raise money, you know.
Do they not realize how much you raised for your book in the first
No.
24 hours?
No, I can raise more than they can raise in a lot. Well, months in 24 hours. I know one person that sent me an email, said they will give me 50,000.
He has no money. He has no money though.
Now, just one person. With that 50,000, I could ruin them. I could make them have to answer so many questions so that they would just run out of money. They don't know what they're taking on. I'm not a fool. Bubba's not a fool. You're not a fool.
Little post of this on Reddit, where that he's been treating them, and see how much money he gets fucking drummed up.
Lawyers aren't fools.
Except maybe this one. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to know. Obviously,
Well, the one we got, we've checked out. He's not a proper lawyer even. So
no. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know why, but I worry for them. For them to have obviously pick such a horrible lawyer.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Well, because the only one that take it on. They know it's ludicrous. You can't sue someone in the UK for an opinion. Well, you can, but you're wasting your money.
They're suing you over.
They ain't going to lock me up and stick me in jail because I got an opinion that Chris had help. That ain't going to happen in this country.
No, it wouldn't happen in this country for sure either. And I don't see it happening in your country either.
No. Now, moving on from that, I seem to be getting a lot.
Could they not have pursued like a restraining order over harassment and, you know, emotional damage when it was like a closed case? Like specifically at Armchair. That's where I'd have gone. And then you could send him to jail if he fucking broke it.
A lot of emails saying that we're abusing some woman or something, threatening her and stuff.
Okay.
What's
all right. Well, first off, I'm going to say this very clear to our subs. First off, I have said, I've sent out, said, hey, get me the screenshots of any of our subs threatening, because y'all will be blocked. I don't care how much I like y'all. We do not tolerate threatening in this community. So do not.
Alan's been threatening for the last hour.
Go threaten somebody.
Like what Alan qualifies as a threat is this. Not sure I agree with this video, Alan. Seems pretty scummy that you do this. NK doesn't look. I don't think NK did this. That's like a threat to Alan. It's like, look at all this hate we're getting. But I just have an opinion. It's fine for me to just have an opinion.
I don't think. I know that y'all didn't say go threaten her.
I've never heard a less charming, like, southern accent. I know that y'all down in my pain. So, chicken lady, whoever you are, like, can you not see what sort of fucking, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, Alan is your friend? Alan Vinicum? The fuck is wrong with you people? Don't you have, like, your cats are better friends? You think you're fooling anyone? You like his weird, like little skivvy? His little fucking skivvy? His little task rat that he fucking sends around? It's an embarrassment. And you sound... You're working for this retard, probably because you've got this fucking Stockholm syndrome, like everybody else. But you feel sorry for him because woman. It's like that. Honestly, there's this fucking another story from work. Some guy that always used to come in, and he's like a complete just homeless and like drug addict and a real nasty piece of work. He'd turn up and he'd sit outside, and flocks of women would just flock to it, all worrying, all wanting, I can save him. I can be the one. We need to pull together as a society. Do you know how many women I saw him swinging at? His fists. It's fucking. And then men have to get involved, of course. And then it's a fight. And then the women try to get in between him and the fucking men. Try to stop them fucking trying to solve the situation. Yeah, that's you, chicken lady. That's you.
And I would hope that y'all didn't take it that way as subs, but please do not go threaten anybody. I have, like I said, I have gotten a screenshot back. I don't recognize the names, but if I see the names in this chat, they will be blocked.
Of course, we're not responsible for what everyone says. Nobody is they? But we're responsible for our own chat, and we won't have anything in our chat that's an insult
Right.
or no, we won't. Other channels.
And yet, this is fucking again. You see, he doesn't. He has to be like mentally deficient. Like he had a massive stroke at some point or something. His cognitive faculties aren't there. But the thing that worries me, right, is that it's fair enough he's some fucking retard, right? But these people aren't picking up on it. Like right there, I'm not responsible for what their mass subs say, obviously. Nobody is. What have we just been watching for 50 minutes and talking about, Frankie's responsible for all the hate mail he gets? It's honestly, you can't make this up. You can't. It's fucking delusional.
Do, of course.
Right. Right. If I see y'all on other channels threatening too, y'all are gone from this chat. We don't approve of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all we need to say on that. Yeah. Good. I would like to spread the word of peace to the Rousseau.
Oh my god.
Drop your stamp.
Look at it. Do you see that? See, he laughs. This is the funny thing. And again, Chicken Lady sat there like this, watch a big straight face, just nodding along. She didn't see that. She didn't see that. Look at his face. She's not seeing this. What she is seeing is like sincere Alan somehow. It's a fucking cult.
Yeah.
Because he knows what he's saying. It's the chutzpah. He has the balls to say that, despite the fact that it's
I think
so
that's all we need to say on that. Yeah. Good.
Let's have a look.
I would like to spread the word of peace to the Rousseau. Drop your stupid lawsuit stamps. Take down these. Tomorrow, we're reporting you to the police.
Oh, that changed fast, didn't it? Why wouldn't he say, I want to spread the word of peace to the Rousseaux? Enough is enough, obviously. I have my theories, my book is out there, but I'm going to stop doing the videos every week, every day. I'm going to move on. I'm going to do other things, but he can't because it's all about the money and monopolizing this case. And like making this case and this family's death his property and his intellectual brand, intellectual rights brand.
Is it for impersonating a solicitor and a lawyer?
So will you just stop? Let me have Shannon and the kids. That's what he wants. This is like the end point of all these people that like adopt these people as their family. It's like, oh yeah, we're with you. We're all family. No, you're not.
On YouTube. You want real life? We'll give you real life. You want to go to Google and try to get me taken down? You want to write to YouTube and get me taken down? You want to write to Patreon and get me taken down? You want to destroy my life by pretending to be a solicitor? I hear that you're on disability pension or something. I don't know why you feel you want to attack me. Okay, so there we are. I'm going to play the Tammy tape again now.
All right, I'm
gonna hear it last night.
Yeah, I'm gonna back out. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye. Thank you. We might have some breaking news
No,
on
you
the
don't.
book from.
No, you don't. It's not stupid. Anyway, that's enough for today. It really is. It's been 2 hours 40 minutes, and it's just enough. So, true professional fashion, on the minute, I'll say goodbye. Bye.